Welcome back to another communication challenge, all designed to help you become a great communicator at work so that you can experience more success in your career, the success that you so deserve. And we have to be, in today's landscape, in today's climate, we have to be great communicators. That's how we accelerate, we up-level, increase the impact in our career. It comes through great communication. We're in a connection emotional economy. People need to be able to feel, not only understand and hear, but feel the value that we bring. And in order to do that, we have to be great communicators. Two-way, by the way, not just one way. It's not just sharing, it's also listening, probing, and understanding, which leads me to today's challenge, okay? So today's challenge is all about questions and curiosity. Your task for the next day in this challenge is to be just filled with questions and curiosity. And this is another one. Remember, each of the steps in this challenge, in this communication challenge, is designed to help you become a great communicator. It's designed to help you build healthy habits. And one of the best habits you can have as a really good communicator is having curiosity and asking a lot of questions. And it actually has several benefits too. But when you go into conversations with a mindset of, I'm here to learn about the other person or persons that I'm speaking with, you're gonna probe, you're gonna learn, you're gonna literally learn more, and you're gonna understand. This is the important part. So you're going to understand more about what the needs of those people are. So think about it. When you're asking a lot of questions, number one, you're giving people an opportunity to share and talk about themselves. That's great because a lot of people, most people, love talking about themselves. So immediately they're going to like you a little bit or a lot because you're affording them the chance to talk about themselves. So that's win number one. Win number two is that it takes some of the pressure off of you. So many people go to networking events, go into meetings, meetups, conversations, even like an informal meetup at a coffee shop, nervous about how it's going to go, what they're going to say, what should they say. One of the best ways to run and dance with that, fear and anxiety or that little unsettled feeling you have is simply to ask questions. And that opens the door to great conversation. It opens the door for you to learn more about them, probe with a few more questions, and next thing you know, the anxiety is totally tapered off, and you're just in the midst of learning some really cool stuff about the other person. So right off the bat, there's two wins. They're going to like you more because you're giving them the platform to speak about themselves, which again, most of us love to do. And you're alleviating some of your anxiety if you get a little nervous, so you're not sure what to say. And just a little more context, I work with and speak with a lot of people who are nervous going to big networking events. They struggle walking into a room full of strangers and they're not sure, how do I approach this? How am I going to connect with and speak and click with all these different people? Well, you don't need to click with all these different people. You want to just go in and say hi to somebody and say, hey, my name is Scott. What brought you here tonight? Right off the bat, you're asking a question. It's opening the door for them. You're going to learn about them. You're going to give them a chance to talk about it. And they'll inevitably, 99% of the time, unless somebody's just not into it and engage, and that's okay, you can move on. But 99% of the time, they're going to share or say something that you can ask more questions about. Really opens the door. The third part, in addition to they're going to like you, it's going to alleviate some of your anxiety, is like I said in the beginning, it's going to give you more visibility, more understanding and clarity about what it is they need or want. And when you have clarity in yourself, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is how I do it, and this is the value that I bring to others. As you listen, as you probe and ask questions of people and listen, you're then able to connect the dots, make the connection point like, hey, this is somebody that I could actually help out. This is somebody that I can provide some value for. This is somebody where we have alignment in where we're going in our careers, in our businesses, whatever it may be. Because you're learning about them, you have clarity in who you are, and then you bring those 2 points together. And if they're not somebody who's aligned, if they don't have an issue, a problem, a pain that you can help with, okay, no big deal, no problem. Great meeting you, time to move on. But you have an approach. And it's immediately building some rapport. It's alleviating your anxiety, and you're able to learn a lot more about the person or the persons that you're talking with. Ask questions, okay? All right, so to wrap, your job in this challenge, in the next day, ask questions. And it could be even of colleagues who you know. who you know and you work with a lot. Go walk around, go to, maybe a good way to do this, well, not maybe, a really good way to do this is, pick a colleague out at work and, it doesn't need to be phony or artificial, right? Genuinely go or approach a colleague this week, somebody you work with who you know reasonably well, and engage in some conversation where you can learn a little bit about them. You don't need to probe and be nosy. You don't need to ask them too personal a question, for example, that might make them feel uncomfortable. Just ask them how their work's going. Ask them, what it is they're working on. How did that project go last week or last month? Anything along those lines, depending on where you work or what you all have going on within your organization, to get them opening and sharing a little bit. And you're inevitably going to learn more about them. And then you might draw some connection points to a teammate, to somebody in your group or your organization, okay? So ask questions. Be curious. Be in that mindset of probing to learn about other people, and it's going to make a big, big difference for you, all right? Let us know how you make out with this one. I can't wait to hear. How do you feel? Just like all the other challenges, how do you feel as you're doing it? What are you learning? What are your takeaways? Like, did it feel good? Did it feel right? Was it effective for you? Did you learn stuff not only about the person or persons you did the challenge with, but about yourself and your communication style by doing this challenge, okay? Ask questions and be very, very curious. It's such a great approach and a mindset to have when it comes to being a great or effective communicator. It's gonna help you tremendously, okay? Thanks again for joining, I love it. And share with us your results and how you're making out. Okay, thanks, I'll see you later, bye.